my name is Forrest from contentflows.io, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to gather low competition search terms that you can actually rank for in the SERPs. So this is going to be perfect for beginners and people with niche sites that don't have a great deal of authority or a huge budget to spend on links. There's still a huge amount of search terms out there that you can actually rank for without spending money and without needing tools like Ahrefs and paying through the nose to get that keyword research done for you. So in this example, we're going to be using free tools, and we're going to show you exactly what we look for when profiling our list of content to actually write. So for reference, this isn't just theory. We use this on our own sites. We've taken one site to earning 20,000 a month. In US dollars, should I say, and that site is obviously valued at multiple six figures at this point using this exact method, and we've seen it work time and time again. So there's a range of free content tools out there, or keyword tools, should I say, out there. I've picked Keyword Chef here, which has a free trial, which is what I'm using. Any tool will do, it really doesn't matter. I would recommend Keyword Chef's free trial though. As you can see here, I'm on a free trial. I have 19 searches remaining. But when you do a search for your niche, it obviously spits out a lot of keywords just for one search. So you can get potentially 100, maybe more search terms and keywords out of one free trial, So it's really, really useful, especially, as I say, for beginners. So for this example, we're looking at how to, so informational content, which is what I'd recommend rather than affiliate-based content if you're new. And we've searched for rust removal. So I think this is an interesting niche. There's not much competition in the niche, and there's not a great deal of folks with large sites in the niche. So I'm not taking this as an idea for one of my own sites, but if you're interested, maybe it's worth a deeper look. So anyway, we've searched for rust removal in Keyword Chef here, and it spat out a range of potential long tail search terms, which is great. So this isn't going to be enough. If you want really, really good results, and especially if you're engaging with a content writer. So for example, a lot of folks use us here at Content Flows to write their content for them. Obviously you're paying for that, so you want to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck and not wasting any time with things that there's no chance of you ranking for. So what we want to do at this point is go sort of result by result, one line at a time, and have a look in the SERPs at this content, see whether it's actually possible to rank for this content. So this is where I load Google Chrome, and the reason I use Google Chrome for this is there's a plugin called Mozbar. Now Mozbar is just a free Chrome extension. You can get it yourself, and you don't need a paid Moz account to do this. So everything I'm showing you in this is completely free, and that's why I'd recommend Mozbar. But what this will do is give you something really, really useful, which we'll look at in a second. So copy the long tail search terms into Chrome, or if you're already using Chrome, that's no issue at all. Hit search, and let's have a look at what comes up. So we're going to ignore sponsored content. That's not really of interest. And this search term is looking at how to build a laser rust removal machine, which is an interesting search term. And what Mozbar will do is it will give you a quick rundown of the domain authority and page authority of what's actually ranking in the SERPs. And this is going to be really useful. So we can see here the first result has a domain authority of 65 and 12 inbound links to this page. So the page is relatively authoritative speaking, for this niche. So this is kind of a good article from a ranking standpoint. And we can load the article if you'd like and just have a look at the type of content on here. Now, from an eyeball, looking at the links and looking at the domain authority, we would probably stay away from this article. If you're having a domain authority of maybe 5 or 10 because it's a brand new niche website, you're going to struggle out ranking something with 12 links and a domain authority of 60. However, when you actually go into the article, it's a forum, so it's user generated content, or UGC, which is really weak in the eyes of Google, and it's fairly easy, I would say, if you're authoritative, to rank above that kind of content. So this is a green flag in my opinion. This is really good. And as we scroll through the SERPs, you'll see there's 2 YouTube videos here, 3, 4, 5, 6 YouTube videos, and then an article from 2016. So this is a bit of an interesting one because obviously, an article from 2016, they have a lot of links and they have domain authority. So are we going to rank above this? Possibly, because it's such old content, but the site is obviously very authoritative, but just not in this niche. Hackaday has nothing to do with removing Rust, right? But what I'd be concerned about if I was writing this content is the sheer amount of YouTube videos that are being shown. So Google is obviously thinking that, to answer a user's query perfectly, they need to show video content. So the only way we're going to get any traffic from writing this content is being in the first spot in the SERPs, which, to be honest, with a brand new site is kind of unlikely if we've got no links and maybe you've only got 20 pieces of content on your site. It's definitely doable, but it wouldn't be the perfect situation. If these weren't YouTube videos and these were just other sites that weren't too authoritative in the niche, perfect. So in short, this is an article I would write, but I wouldn't expect the world. We would have to rank above this top site in order to get anywhere. So it's interesting to know. And then let's move on to the second long tail search phrase that we're pulling here for free from Keyword Chef. Now, this is exactly the same situation for us. The Google snippet here is from Reddit, which is basically a big forum. I'm sure you're familiar with Reddit, but this is a great sign for us that forum content, or UGC, user-generated content, is actually taking the snippet. It's great news. It would not, as long as you write the content perfectly, and that's what we do at Content Flows. We write the content to target the snippet because snippets get good traffic. So, I'm very confident you could get the snippet from this. I don't think it would be too hard to do. And then if we scroll down and have a look at some of the other content that's been written, we've got how to dispose. They have a pretty low domain authority, and the article is specifically about how to dispose of vinegar. So it's not talking about vinegar after rust removal or rusty vinegar, as they're calling it on Reddit. So there's definitely an opportunity there. But a website talking specifically about disposing things may have a bit of topical authority, depending on your site. It may outrank you. Medium.com is obviously a behemoth of a website. However, this is more of a transformation by the looks of it, rather than how to actually dispose of that vinegar. So it's not really answering the user's query, and it was uploaded in 2016. So it's been there a while. If we move down here, we've got no links coming into this Vinegar and Rust page here from Garage Journal, and it's a forum as well, so I wouldn't be worried. Now, comparing this to the SERPs here, obviously we've got a lot of YouTube videos coming up in this in this long tail search, whereas in this one we don't until much further down, which is great news. So Google is liking written content to answer this user's query. So I think using Mozbar and looking and actually eyeballing, we've got a forum, we've got user-generated content, we've got old content, we've got content that doesn't answer the user's query. We're in a good spot. If we write an article and optimize it for SEO and nail that piece of content, once you start building that topical authority, you'll be ranking for this. And is this going to generate a huge amount of traffic per month for you? Absolutely not. And neither is this. These are going to get you dribs and drabs of traffic, nothing major. But you've got to weigh that against, if you search for the most competitive phrases in your niche, as a niche website owner, you're never going to rank for those. You've got sites with budgets for PPC, you've got sites with budgets for backlinks, and you've got sites that have been around, 10, 15 years dominating the industry. So you are never going to be stealing their traffic. But these small, long tail search phrases that no one's searching for, and it's not showing up in Ahrefs, and you've got to use kind of a bit of a manual approach to really figure out whether it's worth doing, these are those hidden gems that no one with a budget is going for. Or no one with a large budget, should I say. So these are the kinds of phrases we use internally to grow our niche sites, and it's worked very, very well. So hopefully this was interesting, and you can sort of apply using Keyword Chef, Mozbar, and your own research, doing it how I've just done it there, to give yourself a nice list of keywords to start writing or paying for your content. And like I said previously, I'm from Content Flows. I'm the founder of Content Flows, and we write specifically SEO optimized content that outranks AI-driven content and works perfectly for niche sites dominating these smaller search terms. So if you're interested in having some content written, drop us a message or visit the site and we'll take it from there. But hopefully that you found this useful regardless, and I'll see you in the next video.